Dani. Today we are going to be doing the walkthrough of the Divine Diversity Tarot. Please excuse my voice. I do have a bit of a cold. So I hope that's not too distracting. But anyway, this was a Kickstarter deck by Joe Phillips. This is the second edition of the Divine Diversity Tarot deck. So now this one is a little beat up from shipping. It also got a couple of the cards, but I wanted to kind of start with the box. So this is definitely going to be one of those where we're going to talk about the box, the deck, a little bit of the guidebook, kind of go through all the pros, and then at the end we're going to have the cons. So let's talk about the deck box first. I really love, let me see if I can make sure that you can see. Do you see this spot gloss on there? It's really beautiful. Spot gloss. This reminds me of Jim Morrison from The Doors. Just saying. So anyway, we have this lovely box. It is a two-parter. On the sides, it has all of the symbols for the suits. You can see the damage. So we have, my wire fell, shook everything. We do have a little guidebook. It's got an introduction page, and then it goes through all of the cards with just really basic keywords and phrases, as well as reversals on there. So let's go ahead and get into the cards. Alright, I wanted to come way in, that way we can get a good look at these. So first, let's talk about this gilding. We got this purple gilding. So again, I had a couple of damaged cards here because of the box. But we do have some beautiful gilding. Alright, so let's do this quick flip through. We have the Fool with this little Frenchie here. The Magician. These are the backs. They are reversible, which I really do like, and they're absolutely beautiful. We have our Magician with all the tools around him. Beautiful High Priestess. This is one of my favorite cards, honestly. I just love her whole look. We have the Empress. I'm putting some of the cards aside, if you've noticed. The Emperor. The Hierophant. Then we have a few different lovers. Which I do really like. We have the Chariot here. Strength. The Hermit. Fortune. Justice. She's so beautiful. The Hanged Man. Look at this Death. Bowing down to this little being here. That gives me just a whole lot of feels. Temperance. Then we have a few different devils, which I do really like as well. Tower. Not too bad. We got this lightning bolt. We have the crown kind of falling off of the top of the building, with everyone kind of doing superhero poses all the way down. Looks like they're a lot more in control of that fall than normally. We have the star. this one has water flowing from their hands instead of like jugs. The moon, I have this like man crouched in the moon. Sun, Teletubby baby face in the sun, which I thought was pretty cute. I do really like this Judgment though, very Egyptian. With the I forget the name of the creature, but it's beautiful. Also have like the feather and the scales there. The world. Does this not look like Jared Leto to you? It looks like Jared Leto to me. The Ace of Cups. We have the 2. I was surprised that there was just one 2 of Cups. I thought it might have done like the Lovers, but there's just one. It's beautiful. The 3. The 4. We have our 5. Uh-oh, these are out of order. My bad. Let me fix this real quick. My bad. I had shown this deck to the Mystic fam already. We had talked about this in one of the tags that I recently did live with the Mystic fam, and I forgot to put these back in order. So, sorry. I thought they were there. So we have the 6 of Cups. We have these 2 little kids, which is super cute. The 7. Our 8 is kind of walking away. We have our faces in the moon here. The 9. The 10. Beautiful family, including the dog, which is just like up in the mix, and that was adorable. Our Page of Cups. We even have an octopus tattoo here. Sorry. With the golden cup with the fish coming out. Our Knight. And the Queen. Which I love the fact that she's on this beach. You can see the water kind of coming up as she gazes into the cup. And then our King. This is a gorgeous Ace of Swords. I don't know, there's something about this image with that like blue, that kind of airy, almost cold look to it. I thought this was beautiful. 2 of Swords. The 3. I don't know what it is about this image, but it reminds me so much of the little girl in the copper tone sunscreen. The way, maybe it's just the way that it's posed. Like, all we're missing is like, what is it, a little puppy dragging the butt down. I don't know why this reminds me of that, but every time I look at it, I immediately think of that. I don't know what it is. I don't know. We have our 4. This looks like he's gone through a hell of a lot. It kind of reminds me of like almost like that 9 of Wands vibe, where like he would be standing there, but I mean there's obvious rest. He's been through a lot. Now he's kneeling. He's like taking his breath, but like I could also see this as a 5 of Swords. I don't know, this image I feel like I could see just about anywhere, you know what I mean? There's our 5. I like how the clouds are very RWS. Like, if you would look at them side by side, like, the way that they did the clouds is very similar. Our 6. 7. Hop in that fence. You can see the tints and the 2 that were left behind here. Very RWS, if I didn't mention that before. Like, the whole deck. 8 of Swords. She's near this water on this beach. So it looks like whatever, like, kind of mandala she's in, like, it's the idea of, like, even if it was something in the, I don't know, it gave me those vibes where, like, you know how there are some, you know, we see it in movies and pop culture, people draw this kind of intricate circle upon the ground and you can't leave it or you can't come in. And I feel like this shows that when the tide comes in, it'll wash all that away. It's not forever. It's just in the sand, right? It can be wiped away, along with the fact that, you know, there's plenty of room to get out of this space. Our 9. All I can think of is Doctor Who with the weeping angels in the background. Definitely doesn't look like Doctor Who, but, you know. Our 10 of Swords. We have our Page. The Knight. Our Queen. And our King. Then we have our Ace of Wands into the fire suit. The 2, 3, 4, 5. So like this looks like obviously like a game. This is like good-hearted competitiveness, right? There's not really a conflict. This is more like competitive. The 6 of Wands. Seven. That higher ground. The 8. Beautiful image. I love the fact that we're seeing him like throw this wand forward. Our 9. 10. We're not carrying, but almost like pushing, or maybe we're about to pick up. Page of Wands. Our Knight. Queen. King. Into our Pentacles, we have the Ace. The 2. Now this, it took me a second. I was like, what is he standing on? Is he standing on the water? But it's just a little hard to see at first. But it is the grass. And then we have this kind of tumultuous ship happening. You can see these are matte cards. They pick up a little bit of glare, but not too much. It's a really nice card stock. Our 3 of Pentacles. Our 4. Our 5. You can see he's got handcuffs. Our 6 of Pentacles, very Robin Hood-esque. Like sexy Robin Hood, I guess. Kind of vibes. 7 of Pentacles. Our 8 of Pentacles. The 9. The 10. Our Page. Whoops. The Knight. Cute little Queen here. Although she seems not too enthusiastic about that pentacle coming in. And our King. All I can think of is Kim Jong. Like, I see his face structure. Like, I don't know. He just looks like him to me. I think it's the eyes. And, like, the upturn. I don't know. That's who I see. The same way I see Jared Leto. I don't know what it is about it. Like, there's something about it. Like, I just see Jared Leto. It could be the cheekbones on that. I don't know. You always look for things that you know, right? So, let's come up a little bit. So that we can see a little better. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle. I haven't shuffled this deck yet. Oh, it's not bad? Not bad at all. This feels like it's got some nice, sturdy cardstock. I will say, though, you can already see, like, I've never used it. And this did come wrapped. This was sent to me, but there's already wear here. But if you look on the box, let me pop this open. This one doesn't have the little cutouts. You can see inside. Can you? I have the light kind of shining to where yeah. You can see where it has, like, just the slight movement has worn the edges. Having said that, I will start talking a little bit more about the cons of this deck as I'm going along. But I do want to continue to shuffle. Oh, that fell out, so we'll go ahead and read that one. It shuffles really, really well. The artwork is beautiful. It's really well done. Queen of Wands. So, we'll read this, and then I kind of want to get to a couple of things that I'm like, I don't really know. So, the Queen of Wands is here. Fire signs in the Western Zodiac: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The seat of energy and spirit, a mature woman. Inspires teamwork. Assigns tasks to reach goals. Reversed is a lack of sympathy. Let's go without a second thought. Okay, so kind of like impulsive. Smothering mother figure. I feel like a smothering mother figure I usually put towards a pentacle, like the mother of the Queen of Pentacles. So that's interesting. I mean, I guess any mother figure could be, considered to be, could have that as a reversal. So, okay. I want to get a little bit into the cons of this deck, because I did have a bit of issue. I mean, this isn't a deck for me personally. It's not something that I would, that I would choose for myself. I never saw the Kickstarter, so I'm going in this blind. So I will state that as a bit of a disclaimer, simply because this is a Kickstarter deck. So a lot of the people who got this deck, I'm sure, did so knowing full well this is a second edition, it's a Kickstarter deck. Just because I didn't know about it and it was sent to me, I have a different perspective, right? I'm coming at this as someone who knew nothing about the deck, first and foremost, so there is no preface. So maybe just as someone who comes upon this deck, and just by the look alone, I want to go from that angle, okay? So, first and foremost, I want to talk about the Divine Diversity name, as well as the box. This man is not in this deck. This man on this box, showing me body diversity, is not in this deck, nor is any one of these people on the box. Okay? So first and foremost, I was a little confused because I was looking for him because I love him. He's beautiful. From the flowers in this beautiful hair and his, like, almost, I don't know, that, like, loving dad bod that I want to see with, like, my Emperor or my King of Cups. Like, I know he's holding all the different images, whatever, but, like, I wanted to see him in the deck, but he is not here. And so I was kind of disappointed in that. Again, with a name like the Divine Diversity, I just feel like we have an old person. Now, we do have people with gray hair. The Hierophant had gray hair. Now, I will give it to you. I see all kinds of skin tones. And I love to see that. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful to see. So, diverse in that way, yes. But I have dubbed this the Hot Guy deck. Because that's what it is. We have this silver fox here. So, we do have people with gray hair. We do have a couple of kids here and there. Like I said, we do have, like, diversity, it's such a fine line. Like, having two, oh, look, here he is, the Hierophant has gray hair, but they don't look like an older person. Does that make sense? This is the only one that actually looks like an older person. This is just hot guys with gray hair. And I know I am being very judgy right now, but again, I'm coming from a place of someone who literally saw this box and the name Divine Diversity Tarot and read this statement in the front of the deck, in the front of the book, which is all we get, okay? The history of the tarot is rooted in the mystic and occult arts. I've been fascinated by the tarot ever since I first seeing the cards as a boy. Little bit of a misprint there. My friend gave me a reading and I was transfixed by their beauty and the mystery they held for me. I discovered through the years that many new decks were created to reflect the interests of nearly every subgroup you could imagine. For me, creating another beautiful deck wasn't what the world needed. I had to discover what I felt was missing from the tarot world. In a nutshell, they lacked diversity. Not that each group couldn't have their own deck, but I hadn't found any that embraced inclusivity, affirming the gamut of races, ages, and sexualities included together. This is the deck I wanted to create. I will have to disagree with that. This is still a tarot of beautiful people. All the men except our pentacles, here our 10 of pentacles, and of course our Empress. But the only other one is in probably a place that I would consider typical. Now again, I'm not trying to be harsh. These are beautiful images. There's our other one. The 9 of Cups. This is our only other body. I'm not trying to be overly harsh because these are all beautiful images. But a diversity, I just don't feel like it is, right? These are all men, which is fine, you know? We need that masculine, LGBTQ positive decks, absolutely. But everyone's wearing these, what I've dubbed their hot pants. And they're just a bunch of hot guys. Like, even, like, okay, again, we have gray-haired people, but they don't look like an old person. This is the only one that looks like an older person. Our only female with a larger body, our only male with a larger body. This does feel body beautiful. It is diverse in color, which is wonderful. Okay, so this man does look aged. I take it back. There's one more. Which I do like, that we get to see people from different cultures, you know, our, Black and Indigenous people of color are represented very beautifully. We do have all of that in there. But this is a body beautiful deck. I don't see the diversity that I genuinely thought was going to be in this deck. I do see beautiful bodies. I do see beautiful artwork. But that I don't see. Again, this is what I saw, and I saw the name. And I read our intro into the guidebook because it's the first thing I saw. So I picked it up. I was like, oh, let me see, does it talk about who this person is and how they want to, whatever. And I read this and I was like, oh, I can't wait. And then I flipped through this and I did get very disappointed. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that because that's my own opinion, right? All in all, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that this is a badly done deck. It is done very well. Again, I don't think that these purple edges are going to stay very well. I shuffled once with you guys. I'm going to shuffle one more time. But I don't know how much shuffling this gilding is going to be able to take when it can definitely not even take being in the box without having that kind of come off. Now there's nothing, there's no glitter on it, so it doesn't come off on your hands, which is really good. So longevity wise, I will say that that's probably going to be an issue. But all in all, this deck is not for me. I'm not saying that this isn't for you and that there isn't some really great things and won't mean something different to someone else, right? Just not a deck for me. And that's okay. That's quite okay. I feel like the thing about this deck, again, coming from someone who did not follow the Kickstarter, which appears to be... Now, I didn't look. I'm going to see if there's a place where you can still get it. If there is, I'm going to link that down below. But from what it seems like, just, from my end, if you followed the Kickstarter, if you knew about this deck, then you know what you're getting into, right? But from a person who doesn't, definitely not what I expected. Definitely felt... I don't want to say duped by the name and the opening of the guidebook, but definitely felt a little confused as to what kind of diversity I was to expect. Especially hearing the words like, not for me, creating another beautiful deck wasn't what the world needed, but very much so, I feel like this is just a beautiful deck, in the sense of beautiful bodied people. So that's kind of my take on that. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys have to say about this deck. Do you love it? Are there ways to work with it? Do you have this deck? Is this something that you're looking for? And what about it appeals to you? I'm definitely interested in that. And in the opposite, do you feel the same way I do? If this is not a deck for you, I'd love to know your thoughts on this as well. Because I feel like in a way, I haven't heard anyone speaking about it. Again, I went in this, when I first got it in and I first flipped through it, it was sight unseen. I didn't know anything about it, and I didn't want to taint what my feelings were towards this, before showing it to you guys. So I haven't looked to see what other people are saying about this deck. I don't know. So after this, I'm definitely going to try to go in and see what other people are saying, look more into this. But I wanted to give this review as I saw this deck personally and the way that I did, because I think that that's important to also know that not everybody is going to go into a deck knowing everything about it, everything about the creator, about all these campaigns and stuff. Sometimes we just see a deck and it sparks our interest. And so, I think that that is also important as well. So I hope that you found this useful. I hope that you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. Again, chime in down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. I would love to know what you, what your opinions are about this deck. So if you are looking for this deck, if possible, I will link anything I find down below. Also, if you're looking for me, how to book a reading, Etsy, 3 Fat Readers, the Mystic Fam, all of that is going to be linked down below for you guys. And I am sending you all my love. We'll talk very soon. Mwah. Later, Gators.